What's up, kids? It's me, Volonte Williams, the Detroit investor. I just wanted to give a quick commentary, I guess, if you will, on what I've been discovering on the Detroit housing market for the last 2 weeks. We are in what, March? Yeah, March. March 24th is the date. I had to think about that. But a lot of great things have been happening in Detroit, and as you probably have noticed, CNN and a bunch of other um, news affiliates have been covering the story about the real estate and the values being so low that investors are coming from as far away as Australia, Germany, Holland, the UK, California, and New York City. The list goes on. And I'd like to address that and why that possibly is happening now, of all times to be happening. Why is it happening right now? That's one good question, and I like to add my 2 cents to that. I believe we've reached the bottom there in Detroit. I mean, how much lower can a house go when some of them are selling for $1, $100, $500, $2,500, etc., etc. I personally have purchased homes for $2,200, and some of those homes are actually rented out. I didn't do much to them at all, if not anything. So that those deals can be had. But again, why why now? Why Detroit in this point in time? Well, one fact of the matter is, if you do have cash, cash is king. Getting a mortgage is very difficult. So the investors who understand real estate and how the cycles can go up and down, sideways and around, can pretty much do, or no, I won't say do, but they have the upper hand, so to speak. Now, if you're not a professional investor, that's okay too, but you should do your due diligence and do your research before you buy blindly, as some people have done. I won't mention any names, but we did see a property on the east side of Detroit that someone purchased without coming out to Detroit to see what they were buying. And that person had sent my partner Shay Woods and myself and a small team of rehabbers, contractors, to go check out the property, and all I could say, it was a complete disaster. So you don't want to buy blindly. But getting back to the question I posed earlier, um, I do believe that people are buying right now because, quite frankly, Detroit can't get any lower. I've always said from day one that Detroit has a certain cachet that other cheap cities such as Cleveland, Ohio, um, gosh, there are so many of them out there that are selling homes for close to nothing. But Detroit comes to mind so strongly to me because it's instantly recognizable, for better or for worse. It has a great history, an outstanding history actually. Some of it not so good, as you probably remember the '67 riots, the race riots. That was a problem back in the day, and some people say that city has not recovered since, which to me means that it's time for it to recover. I also noticed in the news that there are a tremendous amount of people who are in the artist field, and they are investing in Detroit because homes are cheap and they're starting small communities, which I think is actually a cool idea. I've read people, again, as far away from as Holland, the Netherlands, are coming out to do tours and study art in all places, Detroit. So again, I think the time to get involved with this marketplace is right now. It's so prime. It's prime for a bazillion reasons, but the first reason, again, is the property value is very low. There are a tremendous amount of renters in Detroit proper, believe it or not. So if you're into the cash flow side of things, you will do well. But there are several keys to the city, so to speak, one of which you will have to have someone there to manage your properties, someone you can trust, of course, and who knows the areas, as well as solid rehab crew and people who can do maintenance. These homes are 60, 70, 80, 100 years old, so you want to make sure that they are working properly and the mechanics are in place. I do have a blog if you want to follow what I'm talking about and what I'm discovering, or comment on anything that you may see out there. And I just want to banter back and forth. That blog is Detroit Gold Mine Properties. You can Google it, and I'll come right up, Volonte Williams. and I look forward to hearing more from you. And I'm so tongue-tied because I'm tired, so you have to excuse me. But I look forward to expressing further information regarding Detroit and the housing market there. Thanks for listening. Ciao.